I seriously cannot believe I have to spell this out for so many Muslims out there, but no. The one who sells drugs, fornicates, murders, and rapes children on a daily basis, but prays, is not better in the eyes of Allah than the one who doesn't commit those crimes but prays. Not only is this view an insult to Allah, extremely dangerous and painfully embarrassing, but anyone who holds this view actually needs to check themselves because it's impossible to have this view without doing all sorts of mental gymnastics. Now, this should be quite obvious to anyone with an ounce of intelligence, but clearly the Muslim Ummah is not too big on intelligence these days, and this clip is what I'm talking about.
Habibi, let me tell you something in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As far as sin is concerned, yeah? The one that sells drug, good or bad? Just very quickly, good or bad? Bad. How about the murderer? How about the one who commits adultery, zina? What about the one who rapes a child? What about the one who drinks alcohol? What about the one who does the biggest of the kabair, good or bad? This person, one person that commits all of these sins, he commits all of these sins on a daily basis, but he prays, is better in the eyes of Allah than the one that doesn't commit any of these sins but doesn't pray.
I was absolutely astonished by how many people came forward to his defense to say that either he's right or that he's been misunderstood. So I'm going to address some of these points made. And wallahi, it's terrifying because they're so casual about it. And I think to myself, are we both talking about the same thing? I'm feeling outrage that someone's preaching, saying not praying is worse in God's eyes than murdering and child rape. And that there are Muslims out there who are like, well, yeah, it's obvious. And you clearly don't know the basics of Islam. And again, I blame the scholars and the religious teachers for this. Because the fact that so many Muslims believe this is a failure on their part to teach Islam to them properly. But more importantly, it's not Islam. And not only does it make Islam look bad, but it makes Muslims look like heartless, deranged, crazy monsters. And it makes us further misunderstood, feared, and hated by the non-Muslim community. So if you believe that not praying is worse than murder and child rape, I urge you to really think about the implications of what you're saying and that belief.